Hey, it's Jim Peak here. Are you still worried that AI is maybe giving you misinformation? It's being that crazy genius? Do you feel very concerned that it's hallucinating too much? Well, I have great news for you. In this video, I'm going to show you how it is so much better than it was way back in the beginning around 2020. Back then, yes, it did hallucinate a lot. It did come up with things. It made things up way too much. The hallucination rate was like 40%, but now it's down to 1%. And I just came across evidence of this and it excited me so much I wanted to share it with you. And as I share it with you, you're going to get some tips about what's the best way to transcribe those meetings. In the past, I've used so many different tools. I've taken transcriptions into Descript, a great video editing tool, and I've used Otter, and I've used voice memos on my iPhone and countless others. And I found that the Descript in the past was the best. Now, Descript allows you also to edit your videos using a text transcript. It is so cool, but it's not the cheapest of AI tools. I go for the $35 a month plan. And so that's a lot, but I use it all the time. It's worth 10 times that much for me. And one of the side benefits is it does a fantastic job giving me a really accurate transcription. My intuition was that it was better than Otter. And my intuition was that it was way better than the voice memos on my iPhone. But sometimes I would run out of my minutes at Otter or Descript, and I would go to my voice memo Descript. And quite honestly, after I did the transcript and processed it through a summarization AI process that I have, would usually come up with what felt to me like really satisfying results. But I don't want to just go by my feelings on this. I want the actual evidence. So here is a prompt that I did after I experimented with a new form of getting transcriptions using a Zoom meeting. I just started up a Zoom meeting and started sharing my video, my recording of a previous meeting, and played that recording and just copied the transcription. I did the live transcription and just saved the transcript. And then I had this beautiful thing with all these timestamps. So I liked it, but I didn't like all these timestamps here. It says all the hours at certain times. So I put in this simple prompt, strip out the timestamps, keep everything else perfectly intact. And that was a bit of a test to see if it would, because if it would, that is showing me that it is restraining itself from hallucinating, at least in this instance. So I did that and I came back. It worked a long time on it. It took some serious processing. But when it was done, I got this bit of transcript and it looked really good. But I took it into a website that I love to go to called diffchecker.com. And I actually compared it side by side. I put in the result that it gave me from this recent prompt and the previous one with the timestamps. And take a look at this. It's really interesting. All we see being changed are the things that are highlighted in green, and it's just the timestamps. Everything else is not highlighted in green or red, telling me that all of these words are intact. It did a 100% job perfectly for removing these timestamps while keeping everything else perfect. I thought that was really cool. And then I wanted to go to the next step. Okay, I got this transcript from Zoom. Great. Now let's compare it to that voice memos that I've been using on my iPhone. So in that case, if I had a meeting, I could capture it and have some semblance of it. But like I said, when I would visually scan it, it didn't look perfect. But I just said, well, let's try it for sure. So I took that into another diff checker and I put on one side the Zoom transcript that I have from that recording. And I put on the other side what I got from voice memo. And you can see there is a lot of differences. All these red things are being marked as they're going away, they're being changed, something's wrong with them. And all these green things are looking like additions and changes. And it's kind of hard to compared very easily because the diff checker put them in totally different sections because it felt like this is like way too much of a different section. But we could see here right at the beginning, it said, and they said, yeah, that would be great. So it took like 3 or 4 hours to actually get it to work. And then here, the voice memo said, and just, yeah, it'll be great. It took like 3 or 4 hours to actually get it to work, right? They had to reformat it. Down here, if I scroll down, it says probably they had to reformat it, but let's see. Right? You had to keep reformatted. So you can see there's slight differences. So I took both of these into another ChatGPT prompt and I said, compare and do your best to score these given the fact that you don't have an audio recording of this meeting. Could I have given it an audio recording? Yes. But then again, it would just do its best to transcribe that audio recording and compare that. So it wouldn't be like comparing apples to apples. This was the best that I could come up with as a test. It was satisfying for me. It was really satisfying because the bottom line of this is it said the clear winner is Zoom Transcript. And the voice memos, there are lots of artifacts and it's salvageable with light editing, but definitely not send ready. And that's how I always felt. I felt like it would never be send ready for anybody else. But I thought in the past it might have been okay about summarization. But if I'm going to summarize something into like an executive summary with bullet points and have it be very visual and easy to read very quickly, why not start with the best transcript possible? So Zoom Transcript is up there in the top for me now. Moving forward, I'm going to use Descript when I can and when it makes sense. And when I don't want to use up all of my transcription minutes on something like Descript, I might go to Zoom Transcript. Or if I run out of minutes of Descript, I'll go to Zoom Transcript. Those two combined, this is going to be super helpful for me moving forward and getting a quick visual after a meeting or after a lesson that I teach so that I have something visual that I can refer to in the future. Bottom line, yes, you do still want to check your results. Yes, you still are butting up with a crazy genius like Doc Martin from Back to the Future, but he's got so much better over the years. And remember, AI is the dumbest it will ever be. So it's just going to get even better and better. In the meantime, in addition to trusting, checking and verifying, but feeling safe about it, I also recommend Zoom Transcript and Descript. Have fun playing with this. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you very soon. Have fun exploring AI. Bye.